Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Hey guys, before we dive into this absolutely wild week for WONYOUNG, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss what's been happening with IV's princess. Trust me, this story has more layers than you think, and I promise you'll want to stick around until the very end because the plot twist about her mysterious new project is going to blow your mind. So if you've been anywhere near social media this past week, you've probably noticed that WONYOUNG's name has been absolutely everywhere. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the internet is genuinely in a chokehold right now. From controversies to mysteries to jaw-dropping moments, this girl has been dominating headlines left and right, and honestly, some of it is pretty shocking. Let me break down everything that's been going on because there's a lot to unpack here. First, let's talk about the controversy that literally exploded on Chinese social media earlier this month. During IV's behind-the-scenes footage from the Mama Awards that took place in Hong Kong back in late 2025, WONYOUNG made a comment that sparked absolutely massive backlash in China. In the casual video, she was talking about food with her members and said she really likes Hong Kong because there's a lot of good food there, and then she called it one of her favorite countries. Now, to most people watching, this seemed like an innocent, light-hearted comment about enjoying a place she visited. But here's where it got complicated. China officially recognizes Hong Kong as a special administrative region, not a country, under what's called the One China principle. So when WONYOUNG used the word country to describe Hong Kong, Chinese netizens were not happy. The backlash on Weibo was intense, with people calling her politically ignorant and some even demanding boycotts of IV's content. Hashtags started trending, and the whole situation became this massive political debate online. What made it worse was that some users claimed posts criticizing WONYOUNG were being removed from platforms, which led to even more accusations that her agency was trying to silence people. Neither WONYOUNG nor Starship Entertainment has released an official statement about this yet, and people are still debating whether it was just an honest mistake or something more serious. But wait, because that's just the beginning of this chaotic week. Right after dealing with that controversy, WONYOUNG also faced criticism from a completely different angle. At IV's Shanghai fan event on January 3rd, a video went viral showing WONYOUNG during the seating arrangements, and people had very divided reactions. Some netizens accused her of what they called pick-me behavior, claiming she was acting confused about where to sit in a way that seemed attention-seeking. However, and this is important, fans were quick to defend her, pointing out that she was literally just trying to find her seat and that people were looking for any excuse to hate on her. This kind of scrutiny is honestly exhausting to watch because it feels like no matter what WONYOUNG does, someone is going to find a problem with it. Now, here's where things get interesting and honestly way more exciting. On January 10th, just when everyone was still processing the drama, WONYOUNG completely changed the narrative by launching something mysterious that has K-pop fans losing their minds. She opened a brand new Instagram account called _evercherry10, with the project name Forever Cherry. The name is actually super clever because it's based on her own name and her nickname Cherry Rabbit. Her Korean initials visually look like a pi symbol and two circles, which she connects to form an infinity sign that then becomes a cherry shape. The tagline? Defined by none, forever young. Within just 6 hours of announcing it on her Instagram story, the account gained over 33,000 followers, and as of now, it's sitting at way more than that. The account has 18 posts filled with aesthetic visuals and cherry-themed imagery, and fans are going absolutely crazy trying to figure out what this is. The speculation is off the charts right now. Some people think it's a solo album announcement, but most fans and industry watchers believe it's more likely a brand launch or a major brand collaboration. Think about it, WONYOUNG is already one of Korea's most influential Gen Z icons and a trendsetter in fashion and beauty. Her catchphrase Lucky Vicky became a viral meme representing her positive, star-like image, and everything she touches seems to turn to gold in terms of trends. At a recent fansign event, when a fan asked her for spoilers about Forever Cherry, WONYOUNG playfully responded with a line from the anime Detective Conan saying "It's all about me, which is both adorable and gives us basically zero information. Fans are speculating it could be anything from perfume to cosmetics to underwear to accessories, and some even think she might be launching her own YouTube channel. The mystery is absolutely killing everyone, and WONYOUNG seems to be enjoying keeping us all in suspense. And as if that wasn't enough content for 1 week, WONYOUNG also made headlines with her latest Instagram post just yesterday. She shared photos from what looks like an incredibly high-end restaurant, posing next to massive heart-shaped bouquets of red roses. But the detail that caught everyone's attention was that she tagged chef Sun Jong-won, who is a Michelin-starred chef known for leading 2 prestigious restaurants in Seoul and appearing on the show Please Take Care of My Refrigerator. The romantic, princess-like aesthetic of the photos had fans swooning and calling her a real-life princess, which honestly at this point is just facts. So let's talk about why WONYOUNG specifically has this kind of power to dominate conversations. Since debuting with IZ*1 and later with IV, she has built this reputation as the ultimate it girl of 4th-generation K-pop. Her visuals are constantly praised as ethereal and princess-like, her fashion sense sets trends across Asia, and her ability to go viral is basically unmatched. But with that level of fame comes an intense level of scrutiny. Every single thing she does, from how she sits to how she speaks to what she eats, gets analyzed and criticized by both fans and anti-fans. It's honestly a double-edged sword because while she has millions of devoted supporters, she also faces constant nitpicking that most people would find overwhelming. What's fascinating about this particular week though is how it represents both the challenges and the opportunities of being WONYOUNG in 2026. On one hand, you have a politically sensitive controversy that could have serious implications for IV's activities in the Chinese market, which is a huge market for K-pop groups. On the other hand, you have this brilliant personal branding move with Forever Cherry that shows she's thinking beyond just being an idol and potentially building a business empire. The fact that she can weather controversies while simultaneously launching mysterious projects and maintaining her status as a fashion icon shows just how resilient and strategic she is. The timing of the Forever Cherry launch is also really interesting because IV is reportedly preparing for a comeback soon, so it seems unlikely that this is a solo album announcement. Instead, industry experts and fans are leaning toward this being either a personal brand launch or a major endorsement deal. If it is her own brand, that would be pretty groundbreaking considering her age. She's only in her early 20s, but she's already established enough to potentially launch and sustain her own business. Whether it's beauty products, fashion, lifestyle content, or something completely unexpected, the fact that she can generate this much buzz with just a mysterious Instagram account speaks volumes about her influence. Now, I want to be clear about something. While we're discussing the controversy about her Hong Kong comment, it's important to understand that political issues between countries are incredibly complex and sensitive. WONYOUNG is a young idol who was making what appeared to be a casual comment in a behind-the-scenes video, not making a political statement. The backlash she received highlights how careful celebrities have to be when they're working in multiple countries with different political landscapes. Whether you think the criticism was justified or overblown, it's undeniable that it added to the already intense pressure she faces as one of the most watched idols in the industry. What makes WONYOUNG such a fascinating figure in K-pop right now is how she represents both the incredible opportunities and the immense challenges of modern celebrity culture. She can launch a mysterious project and have tens of thousands of people immediately invested and speculating. She can post photos of herself at a restaurant and have millions of people admiring every detail. But she also faces criticism for the smallest things, from her body language at events to casual comments in videos. It's exhausting just to watch from the outside, let alone to actually live through. As we're watching all of this unfold, one thing is crystal clear: WONYOUNG knows exactly what she's doing. The Forever Cherry project, whatever it turns out to be, was launched at the perfect time to shift the narrative from controversy to excitement. The mysterious rollout with aesthetic visuals and cryptic taglines has everyone talking for the right reasons. Her ability to generate buzz and maintain her brand even during difficult moments shows that she's not just a pretty face or a talented performer, she's also incredibly media savvy and strategic. So what can we expect next? Well, more details about Forever Cherry should be coming soon since the anticipation is at an all-time high and brands don't usually keep audiences waiting too long once they've generated this much interest. Whether it's a perfume line, a fashion collaboration, a YouTube channel, or her own lifestyle brand, fans are ready to support whatever WONYOUNG has planned. And honestly, given her track record with trendsetting and her influence across social media, whatever Forever Cherry turns out to be will probably be a massive success. This week has been an absolute roller coaster for WONYOUNG and her fans, from dealing with political controversy to facing criticism at events to launching a mysterious new project to sharing gorgeous photos from Michelin-starred restaurants. It's been chaos, glamour, mystery, and drama all rolled into one, which is basically peak WONYOUNG content if we're being honest. The fact that she can dominate headlines for multiple different reasons in the span of just a few days shows exactly why she has everyone in a chokehold right now. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think Forever Cherry is going to be? Do you think it's a brand launch, a solo album, a YouTube channel, or something completely different? And what are your thoughts on everything that happened this week? Drop your predictions and opinions in the comments below because I'm genuinely curious what you all think. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into everything WONYOUNG, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates when we finally find out what Forever Cherry actually is. Share this video with your K-pop loving friends because trust me, they need to know about all of this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll hopefully have answers to this mystery. Until then, stay tuned and stay obsessed with K-pop. WONYOUNG.